Hare Krishna. Now is the month of Damodara or Kartika month. This is a very auspicious time to discuss Lord Krishna's childhood pastimes. Of course, this topic is meant for the devotees. But if a person is simple-hearted and free from envy, then he can also hear these stories and become a devotee. So we will read and discuss Krishna's childhood pastimes described in the 11th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This chapter was translated by Srila Prabhupada in 1977. We know that he stopped his work when he finished translating the 13th chapter. And we also know that Srila Prabhupada, he entered in the spiritual abode of Shri Radha and Krishna in the month of Damodara, during the month of Damodara. This is a very important time for all devotees. So for the rest of the month, we will be talking only about this chapter. Through this, our devotion also should increase. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he came to this world 5,000 years ago, he performed his pastimes in Vrindavan. Then he left Vrindavan. Outside of Vrindavan, he manifested his greatness, Aishwaryam, grandeur. But in Vrindavan, the mood is Madhurya, very sweet mood. So there are two moods. One is Aishwarya, one is Madhurya. One is grandeur, the greatness, and one is sweetness. And real love for God exists only in Vrindavana, where is only sweetness is predominating. Why did Krishna come in the form of a small child? One can ask such a question. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the Lord is not born like ordinary people. He came to please his devotees, who had parental love for him. So let's read the 7th text of 11th chapter of 10th canto. Gopi bhistobito nrityat Bhagavan balavat kvachit Udgayati kvachin mugdhas Tadvasho daru yantravat. The gopis would say, if you dance, my dear Krishna, then I shall give you half a sweetmeat. By saying these words, or by clapping their hands, all the gopis encouraged Krishna in different ways. At such times, although he was the supremely powerful personality of Godhead, he would smile and dance according to their desire, as if he were a wooden doll in their hands. Sometimes he would sing very loudly at their bidding. In this way, Krishna came completely under the control of the gopis. It's very nice text. Here Krishna showed us how he can be subservient or submissive to his devotees, because they have a lot of love. In other words, if a person stays in Vraja, he will be able to enjoy this kind of mellow, or we can say in Sanskrit rasa. Rasa is the taste of relationship, which is very sweet. And Aishwarya means other things. Aishwarya means greatness, when we are feeling awe and reverence of God. But when Madhurya, sweetness, prevails, then Aishwarya becomes weaker, Aishwarya becomes shrunken. When Krishna leaves Vraja, he will become a king in Dwaraka. The inhabitants of Dwaraka also enjoyed this rasa by associating with Krishna. But there is more greatness, more grandeur in this mellow. In Mathura, Krishna was born in the prison of Kamsa. But after that, he immediately assumed a four-armed form and asked to be transferred to Vrindavan. So the inhabitants of Mathura also enjoyed this mellow with Krishna. And there is more sweetness, Madhurya, but also a little grandeur, Aishwarya is there. But the residents of Rajabhumi enjoyed only very pure Madhurya Rasa, without any impurities. This is Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, everyone is a covered. Gopis and Gopals, covered boys, covered girls, covered boys, Gopals, covered girls, Gopis. Life in Vrindavan is very simple. How to enjoy this mellow in the material world? How to enjoy this mellow with material desires? It's impossible. But the Gopis fully enjoyed this rasa, and the Gopalas also enjoyed this rasa. To enjoy this rasa, we must do our service to Krishna. We must do our bhajana very well. The word bhajan means service. This word comes from the verbal root bhaj, means to serve. When does bhajan take place? Where there is a bhakta, devotee, and there is a Bhagavan, Supreme Lord. Bhakta, Bhagavan, and bhajan. The relationship is called bhajan or bhakti. This devotional service is the meaning of human life. We were born in the human body to learn how to perform bhajana. Animals cannot perform bhajana. Dogs and cats, they cannot. Only humans can do this. But here it is talking about a very special bhajana. All the Gopalas and all the Gopis performed their bhajana. They served Krishna in many ways, but with love. They had a lot of love. Therefore, Krishna is subordinate to the inhabitants of Raja. When the Gopis or Gopalas gave some order to Krishna, Krishna obeyed because they had so much love to Krishna. And they did not think about themselves, but about their own pleasure. They were always thinking about how Krishna would enjoy. The bhajan they performed in Vraja is very pure bhajan. There is no slightest desire for one's own pleasure in it. This is called ragatmika bhajan, which is possible only for the person who is residing in Vraja. This is a very intimate relationship with God. It is called raga marg, the path of spontaneous love. Lord Chaitanya came 500 years ago to teach us such a practice. Srila Prabhupada came to the West and began to preach all over the world so that all people would know about this path. So if we really want to progress on the path of Raga Marga, the spontaneous love to Krishna, we must be in Vraja. In the next video we will continue to talk about it. Now I just give some hint that to physically residing in Vraja not means to be in Vraja. Who is really Vrajabasi? Vrajabasi is not someone who is physically residing in Vraja. The next time we will speak about it. Hare Krishna.